Greetings and welcome to YellowXF. We're starting the spooky Halloween train today. We'll be going with the Mason Bogey because I feel like that's kind of the best looking Halloween train that could possibly be, just because of its design, layout, and various other aspects of it. So yeah, let's jump over to our ad spot and we'll start working on that, shall we? Brick Print, it's your place for custom stickers and custom 3D printed parts. If you like what I do, definitely like what he does. Use custom stickers for my mocks and all other creators' mocks. Check them out at www.brickprint.com. Take a look around, support me, and yeah, enjoy that. And let's go on over to studio, shall we? Alright, well, I guess to start off, let's go ahead and grab some reference images, shall we? And then we'll start figuring out sizing and start working on things. There we go, there's the train. This is other various views, reference image, just a drawing of one, and this is a scale model of one. I think that'll kind of give us, yeah, I think this definitely gives the vibe of Halloween train, especially after looking at like some stuff online. This has a good vibe to it. So we shall use it as our baseline. And doing this valve gear is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to work on some custom stuff for this to get that to work out. Anyways, let's see here. Oh, nope, it has to face that way. "25-inch drivers, 27-inch wheels. The overall length from there to there is 38 feet 2 inches. Okay, let me pull up Sariel's unit converter here. Start figuring out some dimensions here. I will be building this not to narrow gauge, but just standard gauge. Mostly because there was also standard gauge Mason bogies, and yeah, it'll just work better for that and for everyone else if it's all standard gauge. Alright, so what was the dimensions again? 38 feet 2 inches. Okay, 38 feet and 2 inches equals basically almost exactly 30 studs. Alright, that's actually not that huge. It's only from like there to there. It does say 0.3. This is 0.06. 0.03 would be what, just the stud? Coming off of there? That's 0.02. Oh, is that a bracket actually? Is that a 0.03 pretty close to like a bracket, or 0.04? Okay, so 0.4. There we go. 0.4 right there. It's bracket basically. Oh wait, no, that's a tile. Hold on, I'm jumping around to a lot of different things. Tile. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Tile. Alright. So now I can size this up to where I need. This is gonna be just a little guy, isn't it? More or less. Even though I feel like these things are a lot bigger. Oh, I'm still on the Brick Print screen. Oh no, goodness. Whoops! You can tell how well I'm focused today. Oh, so welcome, blockheads. Thank you for letting me know. Oh boy. We're off to a fabulous start. can't believe I forgot to click over. Oh, I need some focus and some energy. Trying to drink some water. It's not really. This definitely doesn't help. I probably should have prepared a coffee this morning. Jeez. Decided to do a train 8. I mean, train won the vote, at least when I was peeking at it. Spooky Train won the vote. There was like 3 or 4 votes in total for Spooky Train, something like that. So, Spooky Train it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, let's see here. I guess we do have 7 feet 4 inches there that we can use as a dimension as well to scale that on. Let's see, 7 feet, 4 inches. That's 6 studs wide. These things feel a lot wider than that. I wonder if the standard gauge ones would be a lot wider. Or if I should be scaling this more to, Wait, there was a vote? Yeah! I posted on the YouTubes. I always do my little posts on YouTube. There was a vote. And Spooky Train won out. So until we got Spooky Train. I wonder, this is a narrow gauge Mason bogey. Is there perchance? I guess I should have tried to look up. I didn't imagine it actually being so small, because in Railroads Online it's so massive. Wondering if there's like a different blueprint I should be working off of. Hold on. So okay. Denver, okay. This looks kind of. Oh, this is an 8. Oro City, 666. This is all narrow gauge. I know some of these came in standard. I'm wondering if I should just upscale it just a little bit. The other trains. These are the Mason bogies. There's just like a heck of a ton of them. Also, why is this all not tilted? This is all off. Maybe we will just upscale it. I'll have to do like a true scaled Mason bogey at some point. It's interesting that I'm not getting diagrams or example of like the standard gauge ones. Oh, okay, whatever. We'll work with this. I want to upscale this to 8. Can please. studs wide, and then we'll kind of work with what we got. Let's see here. Okay, so there's 8 studs wide on there. What does that give us for another dimension here? I guess between truck centers be the best way to do it? Yeah, between truck centers. Yeah, we can do in between truck centers. Let's see, is this about 4 studs? No, it's less than 4 studs. 3 and tile? Nope, 3 and a bracket. Here. Okay, I need a bracket and a plate, and then I'll give me what I need. Yeah, that's all. It's pretty darn perfect in between there. All right, we'll use that. Upscale you just a little bit too. We actually almost in the vote got Spooky Truck again a second time. But I think it's a good thing that Spooky Train won out in the vote, because we already have Spooky Truck. We have Spooky Pete, which is old now, but still good. Still good. Nothing wrong with Spooky Pete. Oh, is this showing me the... Ah, okay, so it like loops under and over. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, let's start putting together some wheels and drive mechanics here of the front bogie. So the wheels are 3 studs, so we're gonna have to use some custom ones here. Um, 11, 9, I think 9s are too big. Yeah, 9s are 4 studs tall. Okay, I guess it's time to use some Bricklin Bricks wheels here. What are you? You're 4, but are you 3 in the middle? I think you are 3 in the middle. I could also custom design some wheels for this thing too. Okay, maybe we'll go with the Bricklin Bricks ones. A tad oversized, but I think they'll work fine. I don't think I have anyone else. Yeah, I don't think I have anyone else. Okay. Bricklin it is. Question is, where is the blinds? M? ML. Oh, is there different ones? Oh, here we go. M. Okay, medium flanged, copy, paste. So yeah, well, I guess we'll be running with some medium flanged. We have these little guy, which I think we can run without Bricklin Bricks for you, little one. Maybe we need something else. Tiny wheel. Actually, okay, no, never mind. You're perfectly a 5-wheel disc, that's fine. And I'm guessing in the rear it's the same story all over again. It's gonna be like a couple of these guys. Yeah, pretty close to it. Or is it the 6-wide one here? Oh, nope, it's the 6. Okay. Copy mirror. Yeah, the flanges are gonna be getting in the way. I'm gonna have to make that middle one probably a fake. Which shouldn't be too hard. Is it? Are you technically a 6 as well then? I don't think you're a 6 up front. I think you're just a little guy. Yeah, that's definitely too big. Okay, you're a little guy. Is this Brick Train Depot as well? That might be Brick Train Depot as well. Maybe a mix of Brecklin Bricks and Brick Train Depot here. Though I might just make my own custom stuff as well. Okay, let's stand this up real quick. That's not what I want. So there we go. Alright, so now we can work from that. Main. Yeah, this should work out. This should be fine. Okay, so I need some Technic bricks. Are you on center all the way? No, this middle guy is on a different lineup. Okay. That's why I wanted to double check. Okay, 1x4. 4 and you there. It should be more or less the main running gear kind of going on here. This frame right here. Okay, let's see here. Technic axle. I'll just use 6 longs. I think I may have to work on some, bring back Tinkercad, work on some custom stuff that is more attuned to be use your words, Yellow. Man, why am I so wiped today? I woke up in like the middle of the night and I had a hard time going back to sleep, but still, I wouldn't expect that to just absolutely destroy me like it's kind of doing today. I'm being a little bit wrecked here because of it, I guess. Focus is just gone, and I need to work on valve gear, which kind of requires a lot of focus to get right. Okay, so there's our wheel setup. Yeah, we need your main rod. I guess I need to get the cylinders on. So let's move this up and into here. Yep, just poke through a little bit, please. Thank you. Because if you're poked through a little bit, then I can use that to help me align a little bit. And I think there is a flange. Yeah. Alright, there we go. So the cylinders are really out wide. Oh man, I might need to cut this into smaller pieces. Just so I can align some of these bits. Kind of like align that and that right there. And use that as like a slice. Figure out some of the other bits. Is that more or less aligned? Yeah, it is more or less aligned. Okay. Yeah, and that cylinder is just a little tiny guy. No, I wonder, this is the pipe coming off of it. This little pipe up here. Okay, I need another good look at this valve gear here going on. Give me you
Let's move you up close here. It's gonna take a lot of focus here to get this going. All right, so you're basically a single rod coming out. You do have a guide rod up above. And then there's another rod coming into the steam chest up above. Okay. All right, so I kind of need to make the duplicates of what I had before for almost the Emma Nevada. There's the flats locomotive. I need to try to make those better. Let's see, let's use the brick round modifieds to kind of lay a baseline here, because I do believe we can do that. Oop, not that. Let's just scoot you down, please, so I can see the cylinders. Thank you. Happy and near. Okay, maybe the cylinders will be slightly bigger what they need to be. Let's see here, slope. Need a curve slope here for the bottom. Are you the... No, you're not the transparent type. Good. Yeah, we can just run basically a plate over top there, and then I'll connect into that to be able to attach that bit. And that wording probably makes absolutely no sense, but I'll work my magic here. We'll get things going. Tile there. That'll conform it. Technically, it should be indented a little bit at the top. Ever so slightly, because the steam chest should be slightly smaller, but I think this should be fine. Tile round, we'll throw you onto there, and you onto there, that side, and that'll give us at least 1/2 of the cylinder. Guess now I just need to figure out how to attach the rest of said cylinder. Needs to kind of poke out a little bit beyond. All right, so how tall is this? Select by connected. Probably move it against this blueprint so I can see how to position this. Yeah, it's about where it needs to sit. Right about there. Okay, and what position is that? That is... Ooh, okay, I see. So it's a bracket facing upwards, roughly, to get it kind of sitting there. You can easily do that. There, the bracket upwards. That doesn't spell well for trying to get plates across the top, but that's, I guess, more problems for me to work out. Okay, and then this is just more nonsense, from what I can tell. Select by connected. Need to pull you away real quick. Get you over there. Thank you. Alright, so first up, I need to do, I think, just more of this, honestly. Except sideways. To help kind of get this in a good position here. Yeah, and then put a 2x2 plate behind it. Yeah, there we go. That works to set that cylinder in position, do a little copy and mirror of everything here on this side, and we'll have the cylinder on the other side positioned. But might be easier just to build the one side and then just kind of copy the rest from there. Right, so valve gear. Where does it connect to? It connects to the rearmost one. And what do we got for the Brecklin valve gear? Got some stuff here to work with. Got this guy here for the rear. We need a main rod that goes across the 3. You're too big. You're still too big. Do we not have a rod? What about train bricks? Nope. Oops. Studio's unhappy. Did I get rid of the train bricks rods? Bricklin. Okay, so it's all Bricklin. Oh, and Bricklin doesn't make any rods that are technically short enough to go across all 3. Okay, that's a problem. And yeah, definitely will require me to try and work out some stuff in Tinkercad here eventually. Okay, what about a solid rod from the front wheel to the rear? There we go, there's one. And I think this would be easier to work out if I actually adjust the wheels and kind of follow a photo. Valve gear is pretty complicated. 9 times out of 10. Okay, I need... Oh, not that. I need Technic pins now real quick. I need half pins for there and there, and full pin in the rear. Yeah, I'll get custom rod made up for this thing. I guess I need a longer custom pin. Oh wait, but if I do half thickness wheels, then I can probably get away with some stuff. We'll think on that. Just pull this out a little bit. Pull that in. I need to have a rod that is... See, this is more or less all the... No, this is halfway. Yeah, this is halfway. So it needs to be about 1 stud shorter than the main rod. What is this main rod? 8 long. Okay, custom parts. I need a 7 long rod. That's 5. That's 5. That's 6. 6, 5. 6 2 holes. 6 long. 7.5. Not what I need. 7 long. Here we go. So that is the main rod then. Alright, cool. Guess we'll probably use this guy. I mean, we can use actually this guy here. Just whip out more Technic pins here. I'll have to figure out how to... Actually, no, No, that's an easy part. I was like... That's an easy part, getting a rod up top here. That can fit onto. Do that. Okay, now it's just figuring out the thinner valve rod. Which, don't we have some of the... Oh, boy. Yeah, here's some of the thinner valve rod. And we should have the crank. One of these guys. Probably this one, actually. The interesting part is this crank fits kind of technically over... Yeah, it fits over top right here. I think I can get that in there. Need to get like a Technic brick kind of lined up above there. Hold on, I think we need to go back to main. Technic brick or even just a plate, honestly. Something Technic up above there. A plate. What is your length? 9, 10. We'll go the full distance. Should probably just copy and not cut it. Paste that to the bottom. Like that. There we go. And then a plate modified U. That might do it right about there, actually. Technic pins. And a lot of this is why I really need to get myself a 3D printer. So that I can be able to print a lot of this stuff myself and do some testing. Make sure all of this actually works to some degree. Okay, we're gonna have to pull that out. And this crank is currently leaning back towards that, and this is almost vertical. Technically, it should be offset. I think it's like, is it like only like a 10 or something degree offset? It is very little. I'll have to look into that event later. What the offset is technically. Yeah, I think I need a shorter one than that. Yeah. This should be cranked kind of back a little bit. So probably a 5.5 rod. Okay, where do you 5.5. Here we go. I wonder why they have such a short pin. Maybe that was a mistake there. Or oh wait, no. Probably like one of these. Something like that, right? Maybe? Trying to understand Brooklyn's rod systems a little bit. Maybe I'll just use this for now. Also, this is making this whole rod just like absolutely massive. Valve gear. This is why I always go for thinner wheels. So a lot of this valve gear can be sucked in just a little bit. Oh, and you're acting connected. I would rather you didn't, please. So that I can fix some of these angles. Get things to kind of close enough line up. I guess you just don't want to really sit like that. Okay. Actually, wait, no. This goes towards the... Yeah, no, it goes to the bottom. This goes frontwards. I think we have some stuff that can do that. Yeah, this one's too long, definitely. Like, what are you even doing with a lot of this stuff? What is... Okay. Oops. Oh, is my Technic pin too long? Oh, my Technic pin is too long. Okay. I wonder if Brooklyn has, like, some custom Technic pins that are shorter. They should be. This is one of those split shaft things, too. Okay. Let's see here. No, that doesn't quite fit on there like that. I think that's kind of how it's supposed to go. We definitely probably should have a whole custom parts episode. Just get correct valve gear kind of going on this thing as best as we can. Yeah, as you can see, it's cut there, so that it doesn't hit the rods that's spinning around. This is too long, like massively too long. Okay, so technically I need a little tiny rod. Goes forward, up, and then connects this guy and kind of comes across again. Yeah. That rod should go across there. And we should have more or less this connected into there. Something kind of that short. Brecklin, what do you even got going on here, Brecklin? What is some of this? I don't even know how your valve gear works. Yeah, something like that, roughly. Rods going in between. Though, actually, you know, we can have this kind of float because this will be connected upwards to this whole nonsense. Which is like a lot more bell crank stuff. This drawing is, I think, incorrect, possibly? Oh, no. It's just showing the opposite side. This side has the whole crank on there. But there's like this whole thing runs there's like a big bar that runs across here, and that's how you adjust your valve gear, and that's not part of this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to design a lot of custom pieces so we can get some true valve gear going here. Feels like I need to pull out the cylinders though. Or do I? I might not need to pull out the cylinders, especially if I design some thin wheels. Okay, let's just kind of keep throwing stuff together. And we'll probably come back to the valve gear shortly. Just so we can design up some stuff that actually works. It seems like I shouldn't have anything there, but I probably should have some kind of bar going across the top, actually. Would binoculars work? I don't think binoculars would work. I don't think binoculars would be strong enough. I put them in... Yeah, no, definitely wouldn't. Scratch that idea. Yeah, no, I think I should just use a plate round. Way I can install the 2 bars that go across. We're gonna have so many parts actually conflicting. Okay, so that rod actually just goes in and out of there. This one connects up to the main body. Oh. It has to rest on that cylinder at least a little bit. Whatever, we'll just throw these in here. It'll kind of help hold things stiff. Yeah, we'll have to get some. I'll have to get some custom valve gear going. Actually, let's change these to 4 long. So maybe that's better. Copy, paste. 4 long at the bottom there. There we go. It's a chunky valve gear. That valve gear is really wide, though. I can easily, yeah, if I go half wheel width, I can easily pull that in more. So it won't stick out so bad. These micro pins, though. I wonder if I can work out the same thing, because there's multiple people using it. Multiple people using this similar design style. So I don't think I'd technically be stealing anything by just rehashing a little bit of what other people have done, but like with more design aesthetics focused around the Mason. Also, with that little motif right there, I could almost do like a bat or something. Maybe. Am I that good in Tinkercad to actually do a bat motif on the valve gear? That's questionable. Questionable at best. Okay, hold on. Let's quickly hide all of this, because I want to just take everything here, except these axles. Copy and mirror just across for now, even though it should be clocked at a different angle, but we'll worry about that. Oh my gosh, that is so wide. 12 studs wide. Oh, that's huge. Oh no, 12 studs long, 10 studs wide. Yeah, no, sucking that in about a half plate on the other side will be fantastic for making it seem a little more skinnier. All right. So since we got that into place, where is the central turn pin at? It is, okay, so the central turn pin is right above the central wheel. That's the word I'm looking for. Which makes me think, like, how am I gonna power this to drive it? Because it'd be nice to run power to the front wheel. Is this cylinder a 4-wide cylinder? Yeah, more or less. That would be difficult to fit a circuit cube into. Oh wait, no, I can probably just shove a circuit cube actually inside of this bogie, couldn't I? Yeah, we can probably just fit it right inside the bogie, couldn't we? I think we can. I'll have to shove it kind of back a little bit so that the gearing doesn't mesh too weirdly. But I do think I can get away with that. Pull that back a little bit. We can probably change this to delete you to the bigger Technic bricks that are on even spacing instead of odd spacing. Technic brick. You, my good sir. Oop, I wanted to select you. Thank you. Okay, so I need Technic pin with the Technic axle pin. Where's my axles at? Here we go. Yeah, smooth guy. There, and on the other side, yeah. And then some other Technic pins with the studs facing inwards. Come on, there we go. I should be able to slap this guy right in there. Yeah, that'd be pretty darn perfect. He is, yeah, he's a plate higher So he won't run into anything along the rail line, so that's actually pretty darn perfect that he's there. Slap a Technic Axle into him. He does not have any connection point. Oh, okay. It's a little bit of a problem. I think I can actually just use this piece maybe to help position that Technic Axle. There we go. All right. Oop. Don't touch that plate, please. I need the Technic Axle. Make sure that that's locked in. Delete all of that. Technic gear. There it is. This guy right here. Put him on there and put this right there. Perfect. Okay. And actually, can I? I think I can. Basically, just run another. Is that too low, though? That is definitely too low. Okay, so I cannot attach the plate to the bottom. I can run a tile to the top. Trying to think. What other ways could I attach? Just to make, to also run power to this frontal axle. That is what I'm trying to figure out right now. If I did this guy, problem is he would rotate. And doubling his length wouldn't help. I think the only it's not great, but I think the only what is something I can do? That's not a great idea either. Let's not go for that. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Nope. I have only terrible ideas. Copy, paste. I think I need to put the gearing on the opposite side. So if this one spins this way, I'll make this one spin that way, which will then make this one spin. This one spins that way. This will make this one spin kind of towards the right here. Yeah, towards the right. So I think I need to put the gear on the opposite side. Like that. Only problem is this isn't connected to anything else. And it'll try and rotate with all of its might. Maybe I just can't run a gear between the two. That'd be a bit unfortunate, but maybe that's just the kind of the reality of things. Can't actually run gearing between the two without running into issues. Actually, does this have... Okay, so this does have those little in-between stud points. It's the only thing I could think of that would have any kind of way of helping this. Oop, come here, plate round. If I connected it, give me that connection point there. See, it would hopefully rub against this enough to where it would hold it into place, which causes a heck of a lot more friction. That might be fine enough. I think I have enough of these parts too to at least run a test of this with my circuit cubes. Just to make sure we're not running into any kind of catastrophic issues. Yeah, those Technic pins, it doesn't matter how they're sitting. Or basically, once we get into the designing of the valve gear, we'll have to, every time we design a piece, we'll have to bring it over here and make sure that it fits nicely. Get everything kind of lined up and working. The nice thing, though, that we can actually take advantage of with plastic is when this bogie rotates, if this is just thin plastic, it basically can flex around, and that'll kind of keep things together. Or maybe I should just make it for looks, now that I think about it. Maybe for looks would be better. Oh, this is all messed up because I copied and mirrored it. Okay, well, we're going to ignore that because we're going to fix the valve gear another time. Valve gear can kind of wait for now. One thing I need to fix, though, is I need to run a connection from back here, kind of forward, that basically connects to this at a wheel so that it runs the track a lot better. Okay, plate there. Plate there. I should not have deleted those downwards ones. What I should have done is I'll put this guy back and then split him. So we have another one that goes on the other side here. There we go. Use some of these guys. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to fix some brick rounds into here. Round. You there and you there. And run that, and then run a big old plate across. I almost feel like I could actually have done this as like a solid bit. Delete all that, put that there. There we go. Yeah. I can run that across. Probably just actually run it across like that. Wait. And then I need some tiles. You there, and you there. I guess. See, even if I put a bracket here, it won't work. This is kind of in the way. I need to relook at how this is all connected. Or maybe more custom parts will be in order. Ah. Feel like I shouldn't be doing that. Or maybe there's just a better way that I'm not thinking of how to connect some of this together. Okay, whatever. I'll just leave that as is for the moment. because I'm focusing mostly on just getting some body together, more than anything else. And I need to get that guy in too. From what I've heard, it's best to connect it from back here as much as possible. Okay, what would be the most solid way of connecting him into here? We don't have anything with like a center-ish hole I can think of. The only play I can think of that like gives us an even hole is this guy. Which might work. I should bring those plates back real quick. So what if I just run? Oh, actually, this works too. What if I just plop that down right there? Oh my gosh. It's much more simpler than I ever could have imagined. Wow! Okay, Technic, pin. Non-friction, please. Yeah, there we go. So now I can run a Technic lift arm. Oh, wait, I probably want this guy so I can have the stiff connections. That's right. That's right. Technic axle. Oh, okay. A Technic axle extends way too far down. Split. I guess I could split that and run that like that. And it's kind of questionable how well that'll work. I has my questions and my reserves about how well that'll actually just cooperate like that. Oh, come on. Just sit nicely. There we go. Technic connector. Probably put just 2 of these guys on here, honestly. That'll be good enough. Can go ahead and throw that back down inside of here. All right, and that is pretty close to kind of where that needs to sit. A Technic connector. I feel like I just need to slam this guy into here. But that axle bit hangs down way too much. I don't think we have anything that has just like a little short axle connection that I can think of. Be able to kind of fit this on. Yeah, because the only 0.5 like axle connections that we can get is not anything like that. Okay, can we work anything off of that? This might be the almost overcomplicated, like, front bogey assembly ever. Mostly because it feels like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I get that strange sense that that's how it is. Okay, if we run Technic Axle here and Technic Axle here, Technic Lift Arm, could run something like that. Yeah, and that'll make that stiff so we can run this then? Question mark? Axle, what would that be? 4 long? Hopefully. Copy, paste. There we go. That should sit kind of right across there. That work? Does this even do anything? Is this even correct? I mean, it's not aligned in multiple dimensions. This almost needs to be like half a plate up. Maybe it just does need to like rotate and flex. Okay, hold on. I need to pull this off again. Though it most likely would jump track if we allowed it to rotate up too much. Gotta be a way to limit its rotation. Hinge, what if we set it like 45? I think it's too tall. 35? 5 almost seems to be pretty good. Okay, Technic. Axle, I need just these little guys connected into you, connected into you. I guess I need to hide everything that's going on so I can... Okay, sorry, I just sneezed there for a second. I might need to hide stuff and bring in a piece of track so that I can make sure that this is all sitting correctly. This probably needs to be pushed forward. Which is where this comes into play then. Yeah, there we go. Move that there. Okay, so that's a little bit out front where it should be. It looks good. Hide you. Okay, I need train track. Train track. If anyone joins this stream and just asks what the heck is going on, there's a lot that's going on right now that I am trying to figure out. It's been a hot minute since I've done a steam train. There is a lot to figure out with how it all sits and rides and does everything. Why are you angry like that? I can't grab that Technic Axle that's in there. Yeah, and it shows. Grab all of this and then hinge it up. Okay. There's our 45. There we go. Okay. So that works. I technically need a way to limit it though, so it can't like swing. Because right now this easily pop the rails at like any moment. Do we not actually have something that's at 45 already? Or really what I need is just to pull this forward one. Dud. The 1x5, Technic lift arm. Yeah, we have like 1x6 and 1x7, but none with like the Technic Excel ends. Okay, so Technic connector. Do that. And then what? This guy? Yeah, actually. Actually, yes. That is exactly what we can do. I'll just get some custom hose. There we go. And now that can't flex upwards and hop the rails, hopefully. And it'll be fine, and it's in position, and all that jazz. Did I do it good? I have absolutely no idea. This will need to be tested. This spooky train is definitely not coming out for Halloween. But, yeah, it's just how it works out sometime. I mean, for the most part, though, the only part that needs to be tested is this chunk. Without the circuit cube, just press it down and just run it around track a little bit. With Fingerprints valve gear. Yeah, the flange is massive. So we'll have to raise this deck part up above the flange, which actually brings it up to above here. And then I don't think... Okay, so it's shorter than that. Can we use the actual train offer thing? Let's see. Train. Oh, cattle guard. That's what I'm trying to think of. Cow catcher. I think this is probably too massive. Oops, didn't mean to move that. I wanted to move this. Yeah, no, that's way too massive. Cattle guard. Yeah, it's super vertical. Jeez. Okay. Maybe I need to design also my own cattle guard. On top of many other things. I do have some designs for a cattle guard, but I think I need to put together an actual, like, good one. Yeah, so in the end, this can hinge. Why do you not want to hinge? Oh, because it's probably not a submodel. Create into a submodel. There we go. So now this can hinge. No? You still don't want to hinge. Why? There you do. There we go. Okay, so it'll reckon to that long before it reaches the end of that. Well, actually, that makes me question, will this do R40? Oh, let's go ahead and hide some of this, and let's get some more train track out, and let's see, kind of see in studio how close this can get to actually doing R40. Would you just connect, like, actually together track? Come on. Why is your connection points broken? No. You're just being a pain in the butt because you want to be a pain in the butt. Thank you for that. Let's see here. I need to select this one first, then this one, and scooch it back to where it's hitting on that first wheel. Okay, so how much can you do R40 without just absolutely colliding and destroying everything? Oh, wow. Okay, so some thinner flanges, and it might be pretty darn perfect, honestly. Okay, come here. You are a pain in the butt, Trek. Go there. Okay, so all flanges are on there, right? I think so, more or less. Okay, so it definitely does need to move over a lot more, which means I should probably push it out further. And nope, it's not connected to here. Not hinging at this point back here where it should be. Merge into submodel. There we go. Oop, what? Merge into submodel. There we go. Okay. Now we're all one piece. Okay, so yeah, there's where it needs to hit R40, and yeah, it's too short. It is too short. If it was one more stud out, it would be fine. And again, I don't think this is exactly on either. Yeah, I think one stud further out. Kind of what we needed to set up. All right. Rid of that. Okay, so we need to, fortunately, just stretch this front deck a little bit. The nice thing, though, is we have probably some good ways of actually getting this to work. Actually, do we actually? I need to stretch this forward. It almost changes it to this setup. Ah. So I almost need this setup in there. Oh, I wish there was a... You know what? There is an easier way of doing this. Okay. Hide all of you. Grab all of you except... Not you. Not you. Okay, Technic Axle. Slap this on, like, that. There we go. Picnic lift arm. We're gonna push it forward just one. We just need to do that. All we need to do. Put that in. There, it has been officially pushed forward a stud. If we want to, we can attach another little Technic bushing there. There we go. All right, so now that's been pushed forward a stud, which does kind of unfortunately stretch the deck out a little bit, but I think it'll be fine in the end. I'm gonna go ahead and split these so we can do a little bit more shenanigans here just to get everything set up. By that, I mean put even more of those brick rounds. There we go. Yeah, we'll have to build the deck kind of around that. Let's do a plate round underneath. 'Cause yeah, that should help push on that. Help keep this bogey down still. Even though it should be fairly stiff down. From there... I cannot do brackets right away, can I? Oh, I'd like to do a bracket right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a tile 1x4 back there. And yeah, the boiler will just sit on that. So this will have to be a little bit of a taller deck, but there's no way around it. Unless, of course, I go with like a blind or really minimize the flanges. I don't know. Maybe if I do the narrow gauge, like true scale version later down the line of Mason Bogey, I'll probably want to maybe go blind on the front. Just have a fake wheel set, more or less. I keep fiddling with this because I keep looking at it and trying to figure out kind of how I want to go about things. Tile modified. Let's see, maybe I get away with that. I might be able to get away with that. Actually, I should just use more boat studs, honestly, up in the front area. That would be better. That way I can actually run some big tiles like that across the front. There we go. Yeah, nope, that'll hit. That'll hit. For sure. Okay, one stud is actually not great. To not have it on one stud connection. Okay, is that actually better? Okay, so that'll be cutting into it just a little bit. And it's doing weird things again because it's not connected back there like it should be. Merge into submodel. There we go. Stay like that, please, because then that gives you the proper angle at which you should turn. There we go. Now what is it doing? Okay, so it doesn't hit at all when it moves. Okay. It's what I wanted to be sure of. It's not even straight anymore. There we go. So yeah, well, I think we'll have to leave that probably close to like that. Because we're missing the cattle guard. I'll have to design up a cattle guard. Or even try and figure out a Lego or brick built version. I guess without much further ado, I do need to get things connected up here. Okay, we'll not use that setup then, and use actual Technic pins with bars going across. So we can get those studs out of the center, because we kind of need the center at the moment. There we go. That works. Okay. Yeah, we need our turntable right there, dead center. And I think I can just use a really basic turntable. What level am I at right now? Oh yeah, this is fractionally up. That's right. Oh yeah, that's fractionally up. Oh no. That might not work out. Hold on. It might not work out, but it might also work out. Hold on. So let's get this guy, and let's get a turntable in here. Table, not you. I need, yeah, this piece and this piece. And then this piece. Why'd I grab that? Yeah, it's really tall. Be nicer if it's a little shorter. There might be some ways to kind of spoof the height. Well, yeah, we'll figure that out in a moment. What I need to do next... Those are signal lamps there and there. Actually start putting some boiler together. Let's see, brick round. The thing is, too, is this boiler is load-bearing. So it needs to be strong. So there's going to have to be some good connection in here to the rest of the frame. The boiler will be holding weight. Okay, so if that sits there, that'll be able to attach all that jazz, and I need something similar kind of back here. Where's the good macaroni bricks? That one, that's a good macaroni bricks. And... okay, so I can use the good macaroni bricks up top here. Or up front, I mean. And then I gotta add plates in between. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add maybe like a Technic axle through the whole entire thing. I think that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Oh, I actually... okay. I have to add another plate round in here. Probably this guy. There we go. Now that's more or less centered above where the rocking arm needs to be. Okay, put you there. I need to get some tile rounds. Where are they at? There we go. Little macaroni tile rounds. And then from there, I guess I do need a Technic axle up front. Kind of like that, and I need a disc to kind of have that bump out. That bump out's pretty supreme, though. I guess it depends on the one. This may actually just need to be a flex hose, actually, now that I think about it. Hose, 3mm, you flexible. There we go. Technic disc. Where are you? There we go, disc. This guy is exactly what I'm looking for. Because then I can nicely press that in, and that gives us a nice, like, outset type thing going on. Oops, playground. I do need to remember that I probably need to add a face to this later on, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There we go. That's the number board up front there. I also probably need to work out this bracket for this headlamp too. This thing is so wide compared to like the boiler. Boiler's so small, and this is so wide. That's just kind of how they are. They do have nice wide walking decks though on either side. So that's a plus. Wonder how I'm actually gonna connect those, but anyways, that's a problem for future me. Okay, so there is the sand dome right above where the connection point is. Which kind of sounds like a problem, honestly. And actually brick round. How bad would it? Okay, so I can't have the Technic axle run through that then. If I have that guy there. Oh, actually, wait. I has idea. Technic. What is this you're designing? So it's a Mason bogie locomotive, but we will be Halloweenifying it. Also, welcome, Gord. So I will be taking this baseline 266T Mason bogie, and then we'll be adding scary face, pumpkins, and other Halloween-esque motifs, maybe some cobwebs, wrought iron, all that jazz. Because this is Spooky Train. So we'll be doing a whole Halloween-themed train with this. And sneezing some more. Allergies must be going off right now. What does the Mason bogie refer to? So, this boiler up front is load-bearing, and this whole bottom section actually rotates like a bogie. Just like the rear bogie rotates, this whole steam cylinder part also rotates around corners. So the whole load-bearing thing is this boiler, and then it load bears back here. And that is the basis to a Mason bogie. They are kind of fun locomotives. In the game Railroads Online, I ran them quite a bit. They're fun to run. Yeah, they articulate kind of weirdly. Nice. Are you gonna put this on rebrickable? Yep, I will have an entire think the plan is to build an entire Halloween-themed train set. So we'll have the Halloween Mason Bogey and some various Halloween-themed cars as well. So you can have your Christmas train and you can have your Halloween train. Perfect for the different seasons. Alright, so the rest of the boiler, I just need to keep bringing it back. And then I gotta make sure that this is just anchored in super well in here. Somehow. That's gonna be probably a disaster and a half to get all that worked out. Yep. More or less, I actually just need to keep copying and pasting these bits until we get to the last, the steam dome? Yeah, this would be the steam dome way back here, wouldn't it? Was this designed to navigate sharp radius turns? Probably, actually. That is probably exactly what it was designed for. The reason for having the whole steam section truck around. There's a lot of narrow gauge ones, and then there's also standard gauge ones as well too. So there's a good mix of them, depending on application and what you need them for. All right, and that basically connects right into there. Cool. All right, so now I just need to work out the Technic axle connection that got to run all the way through that. Because I don't think a Technic brick will go right on to something like this. I don't think it lines up for the middle. Let's see, Technic, brick. It's staring me right in the face, isn't it? There it is. Is that even lined up in the middle? No, definitely not. It's off by a little bit. Okay. Is there any part that I can think of? What is this? What is this, and does this even get me in alignment? I think it's actually one of those clicky joint pieces, but... Okay, that's definitely too tall. Ah! Yeah, no, that doesn't get me in alignment either. I need like a dead center Technic axle connection. So I can... Because the boiler comes back, you can just barely see it stick out right there. It comes back pretty far, and I would love to have a Technic axle that goes pretty deep into this thing. 16 long? Yeah, that's like perfect. I think I can pull it back just a little bit. Actually, 16 long might be too long. What's the next size down? 11 long? Yeah, 11 long actually might be a little better. There you go. So at least we can still have like a little pocket in here of kind of like boiler detail. As long as it's pretty strong over top of this, since this is the main joint, it should be alright, I would hope. Just need Technic axle right there. So bad. Let's see, Technic brick. Nope, not Technic brick. I just need a regular brick modified, I think. So I want to get stud connections, and I want to get everything connections. That's kind of how this is. Ah, yeah, you don't connect like that. Okay, we gotta put you down. I think we can at least double stack you? Maybe? Questionably. I think I'm just gonna end up putting probably some brick around right there. Right there. Okay, sideways. Sideways, can we get a Technic Axle? Or Technic Brick, sorry. It feels like a plate difference. Let's see here. Plate. Here we go. No. No. Dang it. So I really desperately want this to be anchored in. It kind of needs to be anchored in. I need this strength. I'm just trying to figure out how to anchor it in exactly. There's no good way. Just because the offset between the center point and it is complicated. I don't think I'll get away with the tile around with the bar. Or no, I can't. No, it's shoved into the ground. But I may be able to get away with it back here. Yeah. Okay, there's a possibility there. Okay, but it is colliding with the stud here. Which again, isn't helping me. Not helping me whatsoever. Okay, are you... Okay, be connected there. Move this direction, because I need to see what the alignment is off on. It is off on a lot of different angles. A single axle connection wouldn't be great. I need like a double one. I need two. So that these will actually like hold well. At top. Whether that's like a minifig bracket thick. Oh, like a neck bracket kind of thing is what you're thinking of? Something like that might work. Yeah. Let's bring these Technic axle bits back. At least I have it kind of centered up. Yeah, see, sideways they sit pretty well. Let's see, minifig neck bracket piece. Let's see, minifig, bodywear, neck brackets. Which of the two here? We got two different types. I think you sit a little too low, and you sit too low as well. That is actually colliding right there. Okay. Why do you have to be so complicated? It'd be nice if it just cooperated with some kind of connection. Like, anything at all. I guess another thing I could do... no, that wouldn't be great. I was just thinking I could just like capture it inside of something, but no, that wouldn't be that solid. It needs to be actually just studded in. Dang. So I could go full stud, but again, that's not solving my problem. Wait a minute, you solve my problem? No. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Oh my goodness. I don't think even putting it like upwards would solve my problem either. Yeah, we're talking. That's a. Well, that's a jumper off. 3956. 3956. Oh, okay. This is the bracket I pulled out. It actually does. Well, I was thinking the same part. Yeah, it actually does kind of line up. So that's closer. That's a lot closer. And then I could easily just add some, like, I don't know, brick rounds, I guess, or plate rounds behind here, just to kind of like make sure it doesn't slide through or anything. So this is a good part. Good part. Yeah, because it doesn't fit on that way. It's always off by the half plates. Why is it always off by the half plates? Actually, wait, am I overthinking this in any shape or form? So it would be nice if like a part like this just had a hole in it. I'm trying to think if there's like anything really like that. Just like an odd part that has like just a hole through it. And you have this, but this has like a gear thing in it. So it needs the gear. I don't think that would be the greatest way of holding it. Mounting the gear in, using studs to keep the boiler solid so the gear doesn't twist. My brain tells me that's a no. Even like old parts, like why you're just off by so little. Is there really nothing in Technic that isn't helping us? Is the key attaching the axle to something or going from round to square? The key is attaching the axle so that the axle is kind of supporting the main part of the boiler, at least until the radius turning point, which is this part right here. That's the turning point that the whole front of the locomotive rides on that. So we want kind of something. Okay, what do we got here? 32, 32, 4. Okay, so that's that part. Unfortunately, yeah, no, that's not lining up there. I don't think if I add another plate down, would you... Excuse me? Plate down. Pretty sure that is... Yeah, we're dealing with that off kilterness, which is killing me. Lego doesn't have stuff that really goes off kilter that much. Technic, brick. Like Lego has to have something. You would think. Like it has that little bit of a different. What is this part? Oh, that's okay. It's that. Okay, Ninjago stuff. See, something else I was just thinking, like, because you could stud it in here. I think I have kind of an idea. It's probably not a great idea. Let me bring back my plate modified all along the bottom here. Talking about half plate? Yeah, basically. Which half plate complicates everything. Makes everything worse. It pains me so much, so often. Okay, so yeah, that's like the floor of the boiler. I need brick modified, you here. I wonder if through Bricky Prints I'll just have to like design something that fits my requirements, as in it actually like sits nicely. Or like one of these parts except with an axle hole in the center. Just dead center. Actually, it would have to be a different offset, but yeah. I could design something like that in Bricky Prints. Just to be a part that sits like that, because we could. Like the 1x1 by 2/3 too tall. Kind of. It really just hits dead center in kind of like an awkward fashion. Which is a problem. So much of a problem. Let's see. I think I might just have to go with this. I question its strength reliably. Split you. Like the reliability of the strength of just doing something like this with a let's go ahead and remove this piece real quick. Brick round, because this is studded in, but it's not axled in, so it's not like we're not getting like a huge solid connection. Oh, come on. Attach there, copy paste, attach there. Oh. That needs to be... Oh, yeah, no, that needs to be jumpered, or bracketized. The captain. That needs to be on a bracket. Okay. Whoopsies. Okay, and then pull that forward. Come on, give me that, and lay that in there. See, okay. This kind of works. It is resting on the stud right below it. But it can still, like, easily just be, like, pulled apart. And I was hoping by having the axle actually solidly mounted inside, we can avoid having that whole pull apart issue. At least a little bit. The idea. I think I definitely need some kind of axle connection. Like, I can't escape it. It needs an axle connection. The way of doing that, however, is probably not easy in any shape or form. I need to copy and paste this plate a little lower so I can get this plate down a little bit. I mean, does that work out if I did something like that? Again, this isn't like that solidly in there, so we're dealing with pull-out issues still. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. One moment. Hey man, it's a spam call. I thought it might have been a package delivery. As soon as I heard things that weren't right, I was like, oh, time to hang up. Anyways, where were we? What is this? Oh, this is just a weird photo thing. Okay, never mind. Always the weird offsets. Weird offsets. Actually, wait a minute. This is probably only transferring the problem sideways. 1 by 2 by 4 Technic plate would work to connect all the round bricks while centering the axle hole through the center hole. So what you're saying is... let's see here. Technic plate. See, I mean, yeah, something like this, I guess. I guess we wouldn't have the... We'd have to not have the visual, but maybe something like this could work. Hold on. Because then you would be just adjusting... Hold on. What if... Hold on. You might be onto something here. My brain is going like 1,000,000 miles an hour faster than my mouth can speak. But what if we just use this to change where the axle parts come out of? No? Yeah? Question mark? But it needs to be like clamped in there, doesn't it? Technic. I need bushings. That's what I need. That center bushing is there because he's actually kind of connected to the studs. It's a bushing for that. Basically have a setup. Kind of goes like that, and then we have axle hole up top, axle hole at the bottom. Probably even like more bushing behind here, like that. That may work. Technic axle. I need a 4-long Technic axle here. Copy, paste. Yeah. Then it's centered to here, which I think we can do. Heavy question marks? The studs line up this way. Yeah, that is the question right now. I don't know if it'll line up like this. We'll try it here. Technic brick. I could do sideways. Okay, yeah, you're angry still, but you're technically not angry. Sideways. Or are you? Or are we back to square one? Yeah, that doesn't fit on plates. Unless they've... I don't think they've ever changed the axle hole. No, they have never changed the axle hole height. It has always kind of remained like that. I don't think a bracket would fit the bill. No. So it's still technically studded in. It's not greatly studded in, but it is technically studded in. Where if we copy and mirrored that twice. Certainly a possibility. And then I think I can escape with tile rounds, question mark, on this side? Would that be too far in? Or too far... Yeah, no, that would be colliding with that. Technically this is studded in. So technically this is kind of solid? Questionably? There's got to be a technique that I'm just not thinking of that would solve all my problems. Because yeah, technically now it's centered up within these parts. For some reason, it's not changing much. Wait, what about that plate modified? Oh no, the bracket. This guy, does it change anything for this guy and how he aligns up with anything? Okay, technically it changes stuff for him. Huh. Technically, you could have that right there, mounted up. At least something real close to that for the top guy. I guess put a bushing there. And then plate rounds out the back. The problem will be like hiding this to like any degree. I guess it won't be that difficult, but like, yeah. And then the bottom could be connected in through here. Okay, you are all sorts of places that you don't want to be. Okay, you pushed forward there. Gets rid of that bushing, which is kind of a problem. Or should I just rotate you around? Rotating around might do it. And now this is technically... Gotta be a way that we're to do this that we're missing? Yeah, most definitely. That would be just a million times easier, less complicated, and doesn't require a bunch of silly connections like all this jazz going on here. Just not thinking of the parts. Okay, put my floor part back in here. This is just so big and extreme. Kind of a... Oops, don't delete that. No, I guess... You know what? There might be something that we're just totally overlooking. And that's the fact that we can probably... Oh, wait. Ah, so close. Ignoring the Technic axle, is the issue connecting the round boiler to the floor of the cab? Shouldn't be really. Because I should be able to just kind of get around using a plate modified and some other bricks, so we at least doing a combination of studding it in and not. Actually, you know what? I should probably change this whole back plate, honestly, to something a lot more solid. You paste. There. That's a lot more solid. A lot more solid studs to work with. One thing I was just looking at, though, is there a way to convert, basically? Like the one from Technic Square that'll attach to the round big bricks plates. I mean, technically, yeah, it will. And then I can do some, like, tech Technic pins or something like that to attach it. It just needs to be off. It's so many like odd dimensions and angles, but I wonder if something like that'll work. But like, gotta be a better way of doing it. Wonder, is that more or less a Technic pin? Roughly in size? I do not have one of these parts on hand, I don't think. No, I think it's larger than a Technic pin. So unfortunately, it can't really connect in. Actually, what if I just did something? Oh man, these parts are so large. It's not helping anything. Oh yeah, I forgot about these parts. These line up in anything? I don't think they're gonna help me. No, that doesn't line up anyway. That doesn't line up in any shape or form either, because why you have to be an odd, weird middle part and not somewhat in the middle, or something like that. Something along those lines. Ah, such a pain. I don't think that is reducing it anyway. Hold on. I need that, and I need some plates real quick. Wait, did that actually do it? I mean, we're not connected in axle-wise, but I mean, we can use bushings and stuff, but we're in? Yeah. Okay, so what I would love is something like this, but with like an axle connection up here. Is there any? Oh yeah, there's these guys too. Yeah, and it can't be off that way. It needs to be off in this direction. Okay, what other parts do that offset? Hold on. Any part that does that offset might be good. This is a brand new part. Weird, like, key thing. And then I guess just like a Technic bushing right there. So like, it's on. That's about it. Copy, paste. Two over there. Paste, put it another one there. Problem is it doesn't have axle holes, which really sucks. It'd be so nice if I had like an axle hole connection in the middle here. We don't have anything really that has like the axle with the offset. If we can go like axle holes to axle holes, that would be fairly strong. Then just trying to do this with like a stack of bushings on the end. Technic, axle. So we do have this guy. And the only way we can connect to him is downwards. Is there any other ones? Lift arm. I don't think there's any. Hey, you're the weird one, new one. It doesn't have kind of like a offset axle connection of any kind. So yeah, the offset axle connection that we need is not in the direction we need. What is even this part? I have never seen this part in my life. There's a bunch of weird Technic pieces out there. I really have to. Oh, wait, no, I have these guys. I do have these guys, actually. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Wait. A million times wait. Offsets aren't called out in Bricklink. Yeah. But I might have something here. Okay, delete you, delete you, delete you. This piece may be our saving grace. I just gotta figure out the alignment. This thing can do a whole bunch of weird offsets. Like right now it's offset currently. And we can definitely stack as many as we wanted to in order to get like really grabbing onto this axle and transferring that friction onto some other axle. Yep, there we go. Okay, it would help if you were aligned, but still. Yeah. Are those axles colliding? Why can I never win? It's so close to perfect. Is there any? No, I can't really hide it in the front there, the boiler. I was hoping I could hide it in the front of the boiler, but nope, that doesn't work. It's like the deeper I can bury this, the better. Short axle in the bottom hole. Yeah, I could put that in the bottom. That would like help connect this all together. Put the 11 partway in there. And put, I guess, 3 longs here. Wait, that's a 3 long. No, 2 longs. Sorry. Put one right there. And I think I can double stack this. Copy paste. Can I double stack it like that? No, actually, that's probably not how that works. No, okay. So I'm only getting the one axle hole connection, but again, I can just double that up. Unfortunately, we won't have like an interior to the firebox, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Or maybe I will have just ever so slight interior. Because maybe this will be enough. Plus, adding in the bonus of the stud connections, maybe. I guess I'll have to test it. See how easily it just rips itself apart. If it does. How could you, Anakin? What have I done? Trains? No boats? Yeah, that might actually be the best way to connect all this. Trains are poo-poo. Oi. Trains are amazing, man. Go play some train games. They're fantastic. Train games are great. I love some Railroads Online or some Derail Valley. Those are some good ones. Grade A, great train games. All right. Well, now that's kind of, I guess, solved after painstaking amount of times. I guess I just need to continue building out the frame. Actually, I think I need to do probably that 4x4 and then the 6x6. And then need to do some bracketry along the side for that kind of bottom railing right there. Brackets all the way across the sky. Yep, just a whole big long line of brackets like that. And I think we have like some structural engineering going on here. I ain't no structural engineer, but I think we got some stuff locked together. Especially when we built kind of the rest of the cab around all this. Actually, what does the front look like? Okay, the front has big window, which actually fit on just either side. So yeah, no, we're good. It's a start, if nothing else. Yep, definitely needs some testing, but hey, that should be fairly easy to do. Make sure this doesn't rip apart too easily, because that's the main thing. Hopefully it doesn't like just pull apart itself when doing certain things. All right, I need a bracket up top here. Yeah, it's technically one plate taller, but we can kind of hide that in some of the guts here. Is this going to be powered? Circuit cube powered. There's already one down here in this bogey. And then I guess I'll have to hide both the receiver and maybe a second motor powering the rear bogey kind of in this tender area. Yeah. Circuit cubes, it's already there. I may also need to go over to Railroads Online and take some like interior screenshots of this thing. I can kind of remember some of how this looks just from memory. Yeah, but it probably would be not a bad idea to actually go get some good old screenshots. Alright, and then slope curve for the top of the boiler. Okay, so you just actually perfectly sit like that. That is nice, thank you for that. Oh, that is off? That is a full plate. Oh, okay, yep, nope. I'm trying to do things that don't work because I'm forgetting how things line up. Woohoo! Definitely have to add a lot of detail to the boiler later. Oh wait, I'm making this a stud too high, aren't I, again? Oh well. Oh well. It's fine. Okay, plates, 2x2, down there, 1x2, right there, brick right there, copy, paste. And I'll just go ahead and throw a tile at the end here. Yeah, there we go. It's feeling pretty good. Still need to do that rear bogey, do some more of the other stuff, but hey, we're getting a train. Anyways, though, I think I will go ahead and just leave it there because I'm getting rather hungry and kind of want to go eat lunch. And yeah, so I need to go cook some food and stuff, and also I got to clean my fish tank and do a bunch of other chores today. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, I think we made good progress today. We should. Next time we'll have to get more going on here. I'll have to try testing some things before next week. Verify. I think I have all the parts to verify some of these connections. And yeah, I guess without further ado, we shall end there because I'm blabbering on. So yeah. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day / evening, depending on where in the world. Take care, and yeah, I shall see you all. Do you know any Technic pros? Personally? No. I just know some on YouTube. That's about it. If I have to, I have some friends that have more parts than me that I can always refer to for trials of things, but yeah. Ask about solving the axle question. That's a good point. I'm in some Technic groups. I could probably ask them, honestly, on Discord and Facebook. They might have a word of advice. So I guess yeah, I'll have to ask around then. Couldn't hurt to ask. It really couldn't. Probably helped me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I shall definitely take that advice and ask around. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, I guess without further ado, bye bye.